Hi, my name's xmas. Today we're going to be talking about beliefs and how a conflict of beliefs can mean you might not even listen to me because I have a different belief system to you. We're also going to be explaining how you can interact with people with different beliefs in a better way so that you don't have a conflict of interest and you actually get your message across, they get their message across, and your conversation flows a lot better as a whole. So, why am I talking about this and how does this relate? Well, first off, your belief system, most of your beliefs are programmed into you at the first 7 years of your life. More of that programming in a different video. But just know that the first few years of your life, you are easily influenced and therefore beliefs are easily built up. Now, the biggest and most common conflict of beliefs and where people don't listen to each other is in the religious realm. So, when you talk about beliefs, a lot of people talk about religion. It's not just religious. But we're going to use this as an example because it's the easiest one that most people can relate to in some way or another. For example, if you're atheist, you don't believe in any gods. If you're Christian, you believe in one God. And if you're Muslim, then you believe in multiple gods. Now, if I'm correct, now don't quote me on that because I'm not a religious person. I do not understand religion on a deep level. But there are religions that believe in multiple gods and religions that believe in one God. So, for example, if you are a Christian and you say to an atheist person, well, God will help you through this challenge, then the atheist might go, what a load of rubbish. They might say something, they might not. But generally they'll say, what a load of rubbish, I don't really care, God isn't real, why are you talking about God? And you'll have a conflict, and so you might not listen to their religious point of view. And the same with religion. If you have one God or multiple gods and you say, well, my God or the Almighty God will provide for you, and then the other ones go, well, there isn't one God, so which God or whatever. And you get a conflict of people's interests. And so what happens is you just shut off like that and you just say, I don't care whether you're talking about this or that or the other. I really don't want to listen. So another way of putting this is on a political scale. So a lot of people might say, well, I am for Labour or I'm for Conservative. Now, if you have a political conversation and you say, well, I'm the Labour side, I believe that Labour should get in because they are going to promote the National Health Service, they're going to help the low-income people, they're going to help the benefits people, and they're going to help this and that and the other person, and you're putting it from this point of view, then you're going to be like, well, Labour, 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 they're the best, best, best. And then there's this person you're talking to over here who's Conservative, and they go, well, I don't care about the poor people, I am not a poor person. I want these Conservatives in because they help businesses. They help businesses grow, they help businesses save taxes, they help generally business startups, they help property investors. And you might go, well, I'm a Conservative and Conservatives should get in. Now the problem is there's a conflict there, because if you actually go down on what both people want, you might find they want the same thing, but they're looking at the parties differently because they're advertised to them differently. And I am not one who is very into politics, but I've spoken to someone who is very into politics, and they said that the general views about the politicians and what they are promoting is slightly warped because they're promoting it to a set audience. So the Conservatives might be promoting business growth, they might be promoting economical growth, they might be promoting reduction in taxes for the businesses. Now people say, well, that isn't going to help me because I'm a person and not a business. Yes and no, because the thing is, if the businesses can save money, they can employ more people, and if they can employ more people, then you're going to have more income because there's going to be more job opportunities, and because there's more job opportunities, you can pick and choose your job. Now, if you pick and choose your job, then guess what? The employer is going to say, well, this person can go over there and get paid the same and do an easier job, so I'm going to have to pay them more. And so the employer starts paying the employees more money. And so, although the Labour is saying, well, we're going to help the minimum wage people get their wages pushed up, well, how are they going to do that? The only way to allow the businesses to pay more is to allow the businesses to earn more. If the businesses make more profits, they can afford to pay more to the employees, and then the employees have more money. So, although both people in this example, person A who's a Labour and person B who's Conservative, want to have people on low wages have more income, They are both looking at the other party and saying, well, this is the point of view. And the problem is that when you get into politics, you may have got into a political conversation before, and you quite often find that politics is a heated debate. People really, really fight over their side of politics because they don't understand the other point of view. And so they shut off like that, and it's gone. And that's it. They literally, as soon as they say, well, I'm not Labour, I'm Conservative, bang, their brain switches and they say they're against me because they're the opposite to I am. And they're not going to listen to me. I need to get my point across. I need to convince them. I need to get them thinking, and so on. So this is a real big issue when you talk about belief systems. Now, the way you need to approach this subject, which is what I was trying to get at the whole point of this video, is you need to approach this subject on a point of view where you're not telling them this is the good thing, this is the good thing, this is the good thing. You try and find out what the other person wants out of this. You try and find out where they stand. Do they stand that they want Conservatives in because they want minimum wage up? Or do they stand they want Conservatives in because of some other reason? And if you can start to find out from them, ask them, so why is it that you believe Conservatives are so important to get in? Well, I believe Conservatives are so important to get in because I want to push up the minimum wage for the living class people. And you go, so do I. And they go, but I thought you were Labour. Yes, I'm Labour, but I want to do that as well. And I think that Labour might be able to achieve that, but what else? And you ask them, what are their core beliefs? What are they trying to achieve by the information that they have and the information that they've been given by the Conservative Party to actually get them there? And so when you start asking questions, you start finding out that quite often you're not that different. You are very similar people and you actually want a very similar thing. You want a better living standard for the entire population. The way you get there might be different, but that is actually the core base of where you're starting. You are saying, I want a better living standard for the people, and that is why I'm choosing this or I'm choosing that, because I believe they will deliver. So you need to approach people in a question way and not in an answer way, not in a this is my opinion, this is how I'm going to pass it to you. No, you need to approach people in a this is me, I'm going to pass this information to you, but if you are not going to listen to it, then I'm going to ask you what you want out of this conversation, what you believe. So I'll ask you lots of questions, and if you start questioning people, one, they'll feel more listened to because they are more listened to, but two, you might understand things from a different point of view. And the more questions you ask, the more you'll find out, and the more they feel listened to. And then once you get to a point where you've listened to them and you've understood their entire structure of why they believe this, how they believe this, and what they're trying to achieve from this, once you get those points into your understanding, then you can then approach them in a way that you say, okay, I understand you want this. I understand you want better low wages, so I'm going to tell you how you achieve these wage increases through the Labour Party, because their agenda is to do that, and they believe you can do it like this, you can do it like that, you can do it like this. And so this whole debate actually changes because you don't bring your beliefs into this debate and you start saying, well, actually, my beliefs can be put on hold while I think about this, and we can have an irrational conversation and not fight beliefs, because when you get a belief in, they get a belief, you end up clashing and you don't get anywhere in life. So make sure you ask questions, make sure you listen to people's beliefs, and make sure you like, subscribe and click the bell notification icon on this channel to get notified of videos coming out each and every week.